Good day, everyone. It's been a while since we interacted on this platform. I hope you guys are well and you are keeping safe, and you just taking care of yourselves in the midst of what is happening now, and we're taking all the precautionary measures to make sure that we are safe. Well, it's been a journey, and I thought, let me take an opportunity and take you through some of the audiobooks that we have, and maybe just give a little bit of an insight on all of them. Maybe not all of them, but most of them, I guess, because people would always see the covers and say, yo, this cover, what is it about, and all that. So I'm hoping this would help to bring about a bit of clarity on all these audiobooks and where they come from and what is entailed in them. I always try to make them to be as self-explanatory as possible. So I'm hoping that I will just add into that, because the cover would have the title, but there will be subtitles, at the bottom there that are just indicating what you can expect inside the audiobook. So there's few of them, and I'm hoping that I can be able to give them to you the way they are, and hope you will enjoy. And should you want to order any of these audiobooks, the way it works is you just send us a WhatsApp on our number 08333173350, and you will have to indicate your name and the audiobook that you want and where you're contacting us from. We then send you the list of the criteria in terms of how to go about it, the banking details, and when you receive the payment, we send you the link. You get the link, you download the audio, and voila, you have it. Okay, so the first one, I'll go from the very, very first audiobooks that I wrote. The first one that I'll take you through is titled Who's Speaking to My Partner. This is an audiobook aiming to help couples to communicate better. What it's all about is that if you don't talk to your partner, somebody else will talk to them. So even if things are not okay, how to go about to communicate, and when things are okay, how to communicate. So it helps just to give a bit of a broader approach, even on things that will prevent couples from communicating well, and how to make sure that your communication, despite of cultural differences, despite of all these other misunderstandings that might be there, that you can be able to communicate well. And then the other one is husband management. A lot of people get so excited and confused. It's not that. Basically, all I do there is to outline how to manage and how to cope, how to survive when you have a husband who does a couple of things that we have listed there: drinking, lying, cheating, abusive, and so forth. And somebody who is a mama's baby, how to navigate marriage with someone like that. And then there is another one, Women You Must Never. This is just an audiobook on how, as a woman, from the biblical principle of us as women, or you as women, should respect, your husband. And what I did was I got 15 men, different careers, different ages, different backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, to actually take us through how they prefer and want to be to be respected. And then the other one that goes with that is one for men. It's titled Doing Her Right. This is an audiobook for men on how to love your wife appropriately. Now, people want to be loved differently, and people define love in different ways. So how to make sure that you love her the way that she wants to be loved. And we also have Closing Open Doors Before You Say I Do. This is mainly for people that are planning to get married, people that are planning a life together, or you are married but you've never done premarital counseling. This would help you a big deal. It helps you to unpack the things that you need to be sober about when you get into marriage. And then the other one is titled The Solo Journey. This is now an audiobook on helping people to deal with the journey that you need to embark on yourself emotionally before you can be able to say, I want to be with someone, or I can apply myself relevantly with someone, how to break soul ties and so forth. So you'll get that on The Solo Journey. And we've got also Life After the Wedding. Now, most of us, we are never taught or prepared for life after the wedding. We plan the wedding, everything is exciting. Now the question is, what happens when people leave? You get married on Saturday evening, people start leaving, Sunday, people start leaving, and then Monday, you are stuck with each other. How do you parent? How do you deal with chores? How do you deal with all the aspects of now the marriage? That will help you a lot. And then we've got another one, Relationship Acts of Kindness. I'm listing the 50 different or more ideas of how you can show kindness to your partner. Now, people respond well to kindness, and people become easily kind to people who are kind to them. So you need to get that. And also we have When Marriage is Based on Secrets. The people that get married and their smaller skeletons start surfacing, and it's things that could have been prevented, could have been dealt with. People lie because they feel they won't be accepted, they won't be appreciated, and this relationship might even end. And there I'm arguing that either way, if it was meant to end, it will end, because the truth will surface one way or the other. And then also I have Keeping Friends of Opposite Sex, platonic friendships. Can they work? Can they not work? I unpack there when they work, what happens, and when they wouldn't work at all. And also I have an audiobook on the one ex that wouldn't let go. Some of us, we have that person who wouldn't let go, or we are the ones that are keeping them. We can't let them go, but we're moving on to another relationship. How to deal with that situation when you are that person, or your partner has this ex, or this ex just doesn't want to, disappear, doesn't want to be an ex. They are an ex, but they still want to be treated. They want to be involved. And I'm not talking even about people with kids, but I also address when there's a child involved and this person still thinks they are still the main. We also have an audiobook on divorce, titled Divorce is Not the End. When at a point when people give up on us, God normally takes over. So this will help you to deal with divorce, or to prepare yourself if you are going through divorce. We will also have Blended Family. These days, because of the things that are happening, the society we live in, it's very hard to find a new relationship with someone who doesn't have a child. So either your partner might have a child or kids, or you might have one, or both of you might have one. It's rare. It's not that it's not possible, but it's rare that you'll find somebody that you are willing and ready to settle down with at an age appropriate for settling down, who doesn't have a child. So how do you now navigate blended family? it's something that it's a reality for most of us. And then also, we've got an audiobook titled Marriage Turning Point. You now have a wedding, you do life after the wedding. At some point, the marriage will take a turn, will take a certain turn, either for the worse or for the better. But that turn, the change will happen, and that change might not be as comfortable as you would like it to be. So how do you now, when your marriage reaches that point of maturity or point of no return? We also have Happily Ever After Betrayal, my best-selling book of all time. You get betrayed at some point. I focus on sexual betrayal and financial betrayal, and it's the yellow book. It takes you through how to heal after that, should you be betrayed and decide to stay. We also have Sexless Life, Sexful Life, how to spice up your bedroom activities. Lot of practical example. This is one book that people listen to and they get horny. I can guarantee you will not go through that audiobook without, feeling like, I need my partner to be here. And then there's another one, Intimacy After Infidelity. We're dealing with now, you've forgiven your partner, but how do you now become intimate with them? How do you start, becoming, because it's difficult, let's face it, to really give yourself again into that person sexually, even intimately, when they have betrayed you, when the infidelity has happened. Sometimes they haven't even confessed everything. You still feel what it's sketchy. How to do that? Rebuilding broken trust. We betray each other when now the trust has been broken. It might not even be sexually, but you might have betrayed me in other ways. I've lost trust in you. Then how do I deal with that? How do I make sure we rebuild that trust so that we can pick up from where we left off? And one controversial audiobook that most people love, but at the same time, they don't understand it up until they've listened. And sometimes they would listen, but it's hard to apply. It's titled Relationship Amnesty. In that audiobook there, I'm dealing with how then do you deal with starting all over in the midst of things, even when your partner hasn't apologized. How do you start all over? Start this marriage afresh, where you demolish everything and saying, I'm starting afresh. It's hard, but it's possible. A clean slate. Amnesty. All right. And then we've got financial intimacy. This is a practical step on how to manage finances in marriage. We look at different marriage types. In community of property, how to manage finances there, out of community with accrual, without accrual, and so forth, investments, and the likes. Accepting that it's over. The truth is, at some point, that reality will kick in, where you're saying, things are not what they're supposed to be, and I want to hear, I need to prepare myself for the worst. How do you do that? And also another one is the art of in-lawing. Now, most people, they get along like, petrol and fire, but you find that the problem is the in-laws. How to manage in-laws effectively without you losing your marriage in the process. And I'm talking about moving from in-laws from hell to heavenly in-laws. And it's possible to have in-laws. And I talk about how do you shield each other to make sure that you protect each other in that. And then the other one is a bit of a sad one, how to deal with losing a spouse. When your partner, is taken away, you lose them to death in particular. How to handle that, the pain, and how to heal from that. And then my second last audiobook, Moving into Your Second Marriage, How to Master Your Current Marriage in order for it to be a new marriage. This is a very controversial, contradicting book that I've put there, where I'm saying you can turn your current marriage into a new marriage that you envisage, a new marriage that you wish you could have, a new marriage that you always dreamt of, right? So how to do that? We unpack that. And then my latest one, and I think everyone in marriage needs to have it. Marriage is the big five jungle. Marriage is the big five jungle. Your marriage is an elephant. Your marriage is a buffalo. Your marriage is a rhino. Your marriage is a lion. Your marriage is a leopard. How is your marriage all of this? And what are these, mean to your marriage? Now, this is wealth of material that you can be able to use. You can buy these, have a collection of them. If you don't know which one, you can just text us. The challenge that you are going through will prescribe something that will benefit you, something that will speak to you and help you individually and also as a couple. Remember, for any bookings for counseling, you can book a session with myself or with one of my counselors, and we can be able to assist you the best we can. Or you can just buy an audiobook as a start, and then you can be able to get specific help, but it's generic on the audiobook. And then after that, you can then book a session. May God bless you. And I hope that you will get a little bit of an insight on these audiobooks. Have a beautiful, beautiful time, and God bless you. God bless your marriage as God bless Marriage Affairs with all our endeavors. Thank you.